as as a jiu-jitsu guy, right, and a teacher and practitioner, uh, stuff starts to hurt, and like you don't know, and so you go to the doctor, and a lot of times like they give you drugs or they give you surgery, right, as a solution, and I basically just try to, I guess, educate people in a way. And where do I go to? I go to the fascia. I'm like, listen, and I show them videos of Gumberto or some other ones where when there's trauma, how everything kind of comes together and there's no space, And I was like, man, you just got to create space, and that looks like a spider web, like a mucusy spider web, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you just got to create space in there. So you got to tell your brain, okay, it's safe. You can move in that direction. And so you got to stretch. You got to create space in there by stretching and play with your breath, right? Because everything's interconnected. And then I've had success, a lot of successes where, they go to the doctor, my shoulder hurts. They want to give you I need shoulder surgery. I'm like, hold on. And I see some movements, and then I'm like, hey man, stretch out your lats. And they trust me because the martial arts and stuff. And then they do it. And then they're like, oh, my shoulder doesn't hurt anymore. And they're able to heal themselves. But it's like that awareness, and the Gumberto's work, I'm so appreciative of him because he put like, not only the videos, but also his book is really nice, and I can give him, I can show people that, of like, hey man, it's just like stuck together, and you just got to pull it apart and create space. And then also sometimes you got to push it together too, right? Depending on where it's at, right? But you got to create space, you got to pull everything apart, push it together, and that goes for every part, right? Your ligaments, your everything, your skin, right? Stuff just gets glued together. Right, a lot of times, like, and just that shoulder girdle, right? Everything's so complex. Same thing with the hips, right? It's so complex, so many things going on there. So, I think, man, just some awareness of the fascia is like life changing, can change everything for somebody. And that's just, I just find it fascinating with the whole human potential movement from the '60s. I mean, it's about being your best, and having that awareness can help you be your best. Of course, I'm thinking about jiu-jitsu, and I believe as jiu-jitsu is a tool for living our best life. But all the tactful stuff has given me a lot of that knowledge, and that's why I've kind of gone down this fascia, I guess, tangent in a way. But I can't get enough. I can't get enough.
Well, it kind of makes sense because, in general, the fascia crowd is interested in three-dimensional movement, in being functional and moving in ways that are more the way we're designed to move, potentially. And that's actually that's like the primary B story in the movie, or the story inside the story, is the domesticated body.
Right. Our lifestyle, right? The way we live, sitting down so much, being stressed with things that aren't life-threatening. The dinosaur's not going to, bite our shoulder off. It's in our mind.
Exactly.
And our body's adapting to that mind, what we're thinking.
Yeah, underuse is a major problem, potentially.
Yeah, overuse for me, where it was jiu-jitsu, a lot of years of overusing.
Yep. Yeah, well,
some disuse, not learning proper techniques on how to do certain, maybe some movements, right? Proper movements and exercising and things like that. Nobody maybe showed me the right way.
Yep. Well, everyone's trying to, sort of advance the whole body in motion evolution through training more dynamically, or training in ways that incorporate different modalities. And just be more fit, but at the same time kind of be in this paleo kind of a construct where you're doing it from a reference point of the way you were designed to do it, trying to get back to that, if you will.
Yeah, the whole fit term, I kind of like, it's cool, right? But to me, it's about health. It's all about like living our best life, the vitality.
Yeah.
And just figuring that out so I can, right? Like, and then I shared with you my multiple sclerosis things, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I think it's given me it's maybe a special ability, but a certain understanding, right, of more sensitivity to certain things like foods and lifestyle, like our movement things too, right? Lifestyles like stress and things like that. It makes me more aware. It gives me like more awareness. Like if I don't do the right things, I don't feel good. I feel really bad.
Yep.
So yeah, it's really interesting. I want to talk about one more thing about the fascia, like bring it up about the brain and all that. You know, when I was at the fascia conference, they showed a live fibroblast. That's the stuff that shoots out the spider webs in the fascia, right? Mm-hmm. And it was the first time I ever saw it, and it looked but looked almost like a neuron in the brain, right? And I was like, whoa, you know, what's going on here, you know? So is fascia our brain? Could you say that? It's like a part of our brain, or it's like our everything's interconnected. Is you know, how would it's a good way to say that? It's just so interesting.
It's tricky.
It's acting exactly like a neuron, and just it's like the same in a way.
It's similar. It just depends, I guess, who you are and how you look at it.
Right, how you look at it.
You know, are you pulling things apart and sort of discriminating layers and systems and anatomical structures, or are you trying to look at it more as like a unified whole? So, like, you know, the brain and the skin all come from the ectoderm embryologically. So if you're looking through an embryological model, that's a great way to kind of stitch those things together. Sure. The fascia is probably more derived from the meso layer. So it's from a different point of reference in the embryological process than, say, the ectoderm. But then, you know, your brain and your nervous system are going to be wrapped in different connective tissue envelopes and meninges and structures that are just intimately its next door neighbor or, you know, married in a way that if you get beyond the abstract thinking reductionistic mind, it's just, you know, this one thing that, again, is the hardest thing to describe. But I mean, I'm of the mind that fascia is not everything versus fascia is everything. And, you know, it's good to just remain discriminating.
It is, but it isn't.
It is, but it isn't.